Hi, it's Leanne here again from the Wisdom Conference. This is day 3, and I'm really excited to introduce you to Deborah Greene. She's part of this new movement and a beta of a project that they're working on. I wanted to introduce to the Awakening Village back home in Montreal, our community. So, Deborah, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for sitting so close to me.
Yeah, exactly. We become new friends when we do this, you know. We just met a little while ago and we're like hugging each other. Anyways, my arm's not long enough to be like further away.
It's okay.
So, Deborah, can you tell us a little bit about the movement that you're starting?
Sure. It's called liveamoment.com actually is the website, but it's an app, and it's about connecting people in a moment of disconnect at the top of every hour. So what we're looking to do, and you know, the irony is not lost on us that we're creating an app to disconnect,
yes,
and to actually put down your phone. But that's the point, is, you know, everybody knows the science at this point, you know, it only takes 3 minutes, and you know, it's not an Om Shanti thing necessarily, and it isn't like a Christian thing or a Muslim thing. The whole point is to just stop. You know, what if we could just stop for a moment and do it collectively? And you know, I jokingly
that's the interesting part, the collective part, because I talk a lot with my village about going within and spending that time and having practice every day. Yeah. But can you tell us a little bit about how it connects globally? That's what's really fascinating.
So basically what you're doing, well, first it needs to be an experience you want separately, you know?
Yes.
So the thing is to say, okay, I'm in a dynamic world and I just need 3 minutes. So at the top of any hour you choose, you put in, okay, it's going to remind me at 11 o'clock to take 3 minutes, and you can curate it yourself what that experience is. You know, we have beautiful real world type image, you know, nothing primary color wise, and you know, no emojis. It's
so is it images and music?
Images, music, silent. There's some kinesthetic things that you can choose as well.
Oh, cool.
So that you have 3 minutes, and after you've just like taken that moment for yourself, you just plug in 3 words. And the key to it is that it's deep and brief. This is not a chat room. This is
like what kind of words would it be?
It would be, you know, if something beautiful is going on in your life and you're thinking, you know, grateful and joy and and connected, or whatever those words is, or if something has tragically happened in the world or to your life, you know, it could be, you know, remorse and heartache and fear. You know, it's sometimes the moment, you know, sucks. You know, and let's be honest about it, and be able to connect with that.
Exactly,
you know, and you put those words in, and then it will reflect back. Not who exactly, but how many people and where on the planet that people had the exact same thought as you in that moment.
That's so amazing. And this came out of 9/11, right? Because there was this kind of like outpouring of feeling and surges that happened.
Oh God, we had such an opportunity at that moment. And I worked with some kids, and they had said to me, I was going up and down the West Coast doing some filming with students, and this one 12-year-old boy said to me, he was like, stop putting it on me. Everybody keeps saying that we're going to fix this, you know, the children in the future is like, it's too big.
Yes.
And I said, well, what about your world peace being your 3 feet of peace around you?
I love that. I love that.
This is your world peace, and I'll take care of mine, and you take care of yours, and maybe collectively.
And maybe it's 1 foot now.
It's collectively 4.5 feet. Exactly. You know, we got going here. But the key to it also is that you can also sign up as groups. So you can have a group that's grokking on an idea, or like your village that every day groks on this idea and sees what the consciousness is within that group. And I'm also really wanting to make sure that, you know, I used to be a nonprofit, so I'm making sure that people are benefiting monetarily, because that'll help move the movement faster, that my users are also our partners. So everybody that signs up for your group, you get a piece of their subscription fee.
That's cool.
And so that helps you raise funds and get your movement going. And we're talking to very large companies about doing it within their culture, right? And we're also talking about small organizations, or we're talking to people who, you know, a mother who has a daughter who has a disease, she's cancer.
Yeah, can I ask you about that? Because one of the women that's in our group right now in our village, she just reached out to a bunch of us. Her nephew is a premature baby and is on life support. And she's asked all of us to connect and try to, you know, heal. So how would that work in our group and something like that?
So, you know, you talk about the power. I talk about it in 3 terms. I talk about the power of 1, the power of 2, and the power of 3. You know, the power of 1 is me being in charge of my own space. The power of 2 is the collective of, when two or more are gathered,
Yes.
and that's the base of it. And then the actual transformational part is when you get a global community to do it in 3. And so if you have you sign up, you get the app. The app is a free app for yourself.
Right.
If you join a group, that's where there's a subscription fee.
Right.
But if you're just wanting to connect a group in prayer, like this mother, that's free. A prayer group, that's free. If she wants to find a way to raise money, then there's a subscription fee. But you have choices in that, so that we're also trying to figure out. We're working with somebody who's talking about his hometown in the Philippines. This wonderful man that we work with on the film that we're creating, and we're thinking, okay, how do we make sure people who can have a group there who are in dire straits, they can't have subscription fees, and so we're figuring that out too, to make sure that it works for everybody.
That's cool. So if in this case with we were all part of this subscription or not, and this woman whose nephew is on life support, how would it actually work? What would we do? So I'm on the app, you're on the app in my village and so forth. How would that actually work?
Well, it can work in 2 different ways.
Okay.
It's almost like it's a mix of mindfulness and crowdfunding.
Okay.
Funding sites, in the sense that if this woman has her group, she sends it to her people, and so there'll be a code, and you put in the code.
Okay.
And so
she sends a message or something.
Right. She'll put her group together.
Yeah.
And figure out exactly how she wants it to look, etc.
Okay.
Send it out to her group, and you'll be able to link directly to it and join the subscription. But the other thing is if I'm coming in and saying, I want to join groups because I want my subscription fee to go to people. I want, this idea that I'm calling, it's philanthropic consumerism. That if you have a choice of products, you're going to go for the product that gives back.
Yes, of course,
so that's what we want to do, and that's built into the model. So.
Right.
For $12.99 a month, and we're still working on exactly, this is in beta right now, and we'll be out in April, towards the end of spring. Don't want to give an exact date because you know how that works.
Yes, for sure.
But you have the subscription fee, and you get to pick 3 different groups. So I could have come to the site because of the app, because of this woman's daughter. Yeah. But I have 2 other groups that I'm trying to figure out who I want to join, and so I put in my area of interest, and all those groups come up, and I find out information, and so she may build a larger network by putting herself like a crowdfunding.
Okay. Very cool. Oh, it's awesome. So we're going to keep watching you and seeing how things grow, and who knows, maybe we'll be part of a beta group that you're doing. Thanks you very much for spending time with us. I really appreciate it. This was great. All right, thanks. Thanks.